Hello, I'm Simon.
I'm Keys.
We're Emerald Arcade, and we're here talking about our debut album, Rocky Start to Somewhere. And we're on to track 3, which is Don't Wanna Be.
Don't Wanna Be is the first song that we wrote together in the same room.
Yes, yeah, because the first 2 songs were very much Keys had written something on ukulele with some vocals and like lyrics that he'd already made, so like melody all sorted and everything, sent it to me, and I dabbled with it and sent it back. It's very much a back and forth thing. So we don't live in the same place, right?
Long distance band.
That is it, yeah. But we were here in the room, just kind of diagonally opposite from where I am, or where we are. And Keys has a piano in that room, and you were playing away on that. Because we were in the same room. I had my guitar hooked up. We were just jamming together for like the first time, really.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where these chords came from.
I think we were just messing about. Like maybe the memory I have of it, because I can remember sitting there on the piano and you standing up with your guitar.
Yes.
Don't Wanna Be is the first song that just never existed. In any form whatsoever.
No, you hadn't pre-written it. You didn't have any lyrics.
No, I think we just wanted to jam together, and then started playing random chords on the piano. I think you were like, all right, I want to start on that chord. Mm-hmm. Then you just started going.
Yeah.
And then we wrote the chorus.
Yeah.
That was it. After that jam session, we had a chorus complete. And it was just don't wanna be anything like you.
Yeah, just that really simple lyrical pattern, yeah.
And I was like, I will go away and think of a verse, present it to you, and you tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it changed, or if the verse I gave was like it, but I feel like maybe a chord.
The verse that you had was the second verse. We had to write the first verse together, but the second verse you'd already written. Because it's the first half of the second verse, isn't it? Because then the next part is your first rap part. So it was just that little block is what we had, and we like rewrote something for the first verse, I think, later on.
Hell yeah.
But who knows? But yeah, I remember just the chords are really fun to play for the chorus because they move around quite a lot. Like it's quite unusual for one of our songs. We normally have like a 4-chord pattern really that we follow. But this one's like, there's a lot of movement. It's like the C sharp down to a C, down to an F, and the C sharp, D sharp, then that again, duh, duh. But then it does the D sharp, A flat, I think. Yeah, it just like moves around a bit, and the bass is all over the place as well. It's like, it's nice. It's flowy. I like the pattern.
Yeah.
The vocal pattern in the chorus as well. It's just good fun. It's just one of those songs that's really easy to sing along with, I think. Like,
it's one of the most fun songs, for sure.
It's not quite like, I was going to say it's like an anthem. It's not really an anthem, but it's like if we ever did get to perform to an audience, I could imagine them singing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be really fun.
It's a simple chorus too. You can learn the lyrics after one listen.
Yes.
Right, don't wanna be anything like you.
That's pretty much what you have to know.
Yeah.
Like, we could just teach you that at the start of the show. Just like, you're going to sing this. When we tell you, you're going to sing that.
Or to save on backing, because it's hard to play backing, to do backing vocals while playing the drums. We go, when we sing don't wanna be, you guys go, don't wanna be, because there's that
True, just get them
little backing
vocals for us. Easy.
The audience is in the band. You guys are part of the band now.
Absolutely.
Welcome on in.
All part of the experience.
20 quid a month.
Wow, that's how you make money.
Yeah.
Band subscription, I understand.
Exactly. You've got to pay to be part of the Emerald Arcade experience.
No wonder I'm so poor.
I charge him 50. I think this is the first riff I wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Well.
Yeah, the guitar solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because you wrote that on your MIDI keyboard, like into FL Studio, which we made the whole album in, by the way. Keys just wrote in that, the do 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 do, which is so good because it's a solo, but it still centers around. I find it really awesome when artists are able to take like the vocal melody and then make like an alternate version that becomes like an instrument solo, and I feel that's what you did because it feels very closely related to the vocal melody in the chorus, kind of that da 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 da, and then you've got like the da 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 in the
I think
which is like the anything like you kind of bit almost.
It could have been a back and forth inspiring thing. Like I think what we wrote and how you were singing it, that probably inspired the end of that little riff that I put in.
Yeah.
The rest of it, trial and error.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there going,
Yeah, but it
pressing
just,
random keys.
but it
Like, that
sounded
sounds
so
good.
good. And then there's like the whole, the bit where it, because I think, did you write that bit, but then did I then take that to do the bit where it kind of builds up the
Yeah, you expanded upon it, and you gave yes, exactly.
that bit, yeah.
He's good at it. He's good at just taking.
Well,
taking
again,
the guitar,
but you wrote the original idea. Like that's the thing that I struggle most with is like the
this
concept.
is the Simon film.
Yeah, but then you give me the concept, and I'm like, I can build on that. So I did. Yeah, and on a very personal note for me, this song was really fun because I kind of shifted how we were recording the guitar. Because for the first two tracks, Vignette and Scary Sponsors, I was using my very trusty Zoom pedal that I've had for like 15 years, maybe longer. Because I've got some, like really heavy, distorted, disgusting, like electronic tones built into that thing that I've been using to like play Muse covers for years and years. But then Luke, or L, our producer, had introduced me to Guitar Rig 6 on, which, is just like a VST plugin for your like audio workstation, let's say. So I was able to use it with mine at home. And yeah, this was the first song that I used it for. So like the tones on the guitar are a little different to the first two songs because
And it works.
it works really well.
Yeah.
So
they're not too dissimilar to the point where it's like this is an entirely different band or like this isn't their sound.
No, I just got to build off like a really cool Marshall, I think, amp kind of simulator kind of vibe. It's called like the Jump amp, I think, for like the main tone. But then also for the bridge and like the verses, obviously the guitar like it shifts a bit, doesn't it? Because we're playing like full power chords for the choruses, which are like really high energy, but then the verses and the bridge are like a little bit more chilled, and I play the just like 3-finger power chords broken, so the bum 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 bum, and I had like a chorus effect on it. There's like a completely different preset in Guitar Rig, and I just think it was just really fun. It was really fun to experiment with different tones like that, and I think it really works in the song.
This is why I think we can be classed as experimental band at the same time, because we are literally experimenting all the time with
True,
those
but
songs.
I think experimental, you need to like be trying things that have never been done before.
There's bells in that song.
People have used bells
There's
before.
bells in that song with piano backing the bells up in a virtual guitar amp.
Yeah, we do experiment with things, but I think all bands have to, otherwise no music gets made. So
I'll stand by it though. I'll start putting some more freaky things
That's
in
fine.
our songs
no worries.
until you can't deny we're experimental.
Is it worth it just for that?
Yes.
Okay.
The amount of times I've tried to force this man to play a B or an F add 9
Honestly.
simply because he didn't want to.
It's like, no, just let me play power chord, please. Yeah, that's
Part of the fun.
It is part of the fun, which is something that was really fun about Don't Wanna Be, because where did the idea for like getting you to do a rap section even come in? And then we did 2 in one song. Is that out of nowhere?
I think it genuinely came from the fact that I don't think there's anything more to say that would be a verse.
Sure.
So I was like, I'm just going to write a rap and we'll put that in there. And if we think of a verse, we'll swap it out. So rap was like the last resort. But then it just stayed.
Yeah.
And then we did
I
more
thought it was really fun.
instead of another verse.
Yeah.
Because it's a half verse, isn't it? Half verse 2 and then rap.
Yeah, and
And
then
it goes into a full rap.
it goes into the bridge, which is like the rap section.
Yeah.
Or like it's like the pre-chorus to the final chorus, because it's just got a mixture of everything. Like I love how the chord shift. Like it's great when you have a bridge where the chords are different to anywhere else in the song. That's obviously the point in like a bridge or a middle 8 or like a C section. That's also something else entirely. Anyway, but yeah, I just love that. I love the shift of the chords. I love the fact that you're doing a rap over the top. I love the fact that the chords go around once, and then the second time round, it's the build up comes. Like the drums are starting to come in, and you've got like palm muted guitar, and it's like really building and building, and your rap's building and building into like you basically scream at the end.
I don't want.
Exactly, and then we just drop back into the chorus with the guitar build up as well, which I still struggle to play today. I don't know how I managed to get that recorded that one time because it's way quicker than my fingers are used to moving. Like, it's not even that fast. I'm just not a shredder. I'm not a soloer at all. So doing that like that was really difficult.
Insane. I mean, there's something in every song. No, not every song. There's something in a couple of songs I think we struggle with to do live because, like in Vignette, that section where we're harmonizing, going like ah, I went really high.
Yes,
I've only been able to do it the one time, never again.
Yeah, but luckily I don't think it's desperate for like the live version because always it's
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even
backing
attempt
for that.
like as far as I'm concerned,
Focus
it
on the
doesn't
drums, mate,
exist.
it's fine. But you know, it's nice to have fun little artifacts in the recorded versions, the studio versions. Because otherwise, what's the point? You know, the live version's always going to be better as long as you can play it live. Which hopefully we can. But yeah, no, Don't Wanna Be was just really fun, and I do remember showing Luke this song for the first time, and him just being like, I think he was very complimentary about the structure because it's like not, you know, there's just like a lot to it. It's not just like, you know, here's a verse, here's a chorus, here's a verse, here's a chorus. Like we added in some more like dynamics to it, which made it more interesting.
Most of the songs do have like that niche little bit
in
it, which I think is nice. There's, I don't think you can listen to any of our songs at the moment and think they sound similar, but you can tell that they came from the same people.
Sure, yeah, I'd agree.
If nothing else, by the same vocals.
Yeah, that's normally a dead giveaway.
Shall we listen to it?
Yeah, go on. That's a good idea. Oh, and you're fading at the start. He's learned how to do that. It was really good. Of course, the bells and the piano in the background, yeah.
It's so subtle. It's so subtle, but I really like that.
Yeah.
It's the only song that we have that has bells, for sure.
100%.
There is a special instrument in Let Go, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. But I love the simplicity of it. It just sounds like it mixed really well. But yeah, I remember writing this verse with you. I know where I'm headed, suppressed by the fear.
I really love the drums in this as well. They're like
simple but effective. Really good.
We went a bit over complex for
the first two.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. This is like the first step into like us really trying to like write new stuff together as a band, and I think that really shows. Yeah, and it's really fun like lyrically because this one was just like nowhere near as heavy as the first two. So we just got to have a bit of fun with it, and like the lyrics aren't like 100% serious, I suppose. Even in the first two, they weren't quite. Maybe Vignette, yes, but like Scariest Monsters does have like a bit more fun in it.
I think well, that's the thing. I think
like,
all the lyrics are serious, but they're not. It's not strict.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way to phrase it, because although the songs are serious, the whole experience was meant to be enjoyable, and it was.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something we're working on now.
Very silly.
That might actually come out before this comes out, but we're having fun.
Yeah, having a great time. And it's freaking Key's debut.
Nothing matters, a matter of fact, I've been facing.
And there's something about like spoken word over like a thumping rock beat that's just like, it just works. Like it's you know, I guess you could say it's Linkin Park inspired, but just because they're like immediately the first kind of artists I think about when it comes to like rock and rap working so well together.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a banging riff that you wrote, and then I just extended it a little bit. Keep going.
I think a lot of my the riffs that I've done were inspired by how you were writing riffs.
Oh, okay. So it's like
I wanted to match that energy.
Oh, it's like back and forth.
And it worked out.
Yeah. Self-inspiring.
This is the first time I was struggling with breath. You can hear it there, like,
yeah.
Tonight! And I have to scream at the end, so it's like, come on.
It's really hard doing those takes, I think. So they took Key's like entire body to get out. It was just so difficult.
I'm only a 5'7" man, I don't have that kind of energy.
And then, yeah, I love that we bring the riff back in over the top as well. Like all of these kind of like counteracting melodies, which we do quite a bit really through the album, which is really fun.
We have, I think, I was going to pick out something in particular we do really well. That's harmonies, harmonising.
Oh, I just love harmony.
Notes that just work together.
Really fun.
Again, the fade out. That
Yeah.
I think that was
Very
Luke
neat and
at the
tidy,
end there.
yeah,
But it's
and
like it's so smooth. It flows so well.
Yeah, you get left with you saying, "Don't want to be anything like you," and it sits on that note. You just have like the cymbal just go. Psh.
That drop out.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's very cool.
My God. See, listening to the album again, and you said how you like often forget, and then you hear, and then you're like, oh my God, yeah, we made this.
Yeah.
I don't forget about the album. I think about it a lot, but I forget we made it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So then I'm just like, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's ours.
Yeah,
we did this.
It's crazy. And I'm sure this is just part of like the human experience. We've all done things, right? I think particularly with if you look back at like your school work or your uni work, and you just read it, you're like, how did I possibly know any of this or have the confidence to write any of like I've forgotten all of this. It's kind of like that. Like I'm just like, how did we make any of this?
I'm similar, but kind of the opposite. I was much more stupid as a child. So like I look at my old stuff and I'm like, damn, I was dumb.
And maybe that's the correct way around to be. Like,
Yeah, I think we should be getting
now just
smarter.
like, I'm now way dumber than I used to be. Oh,
Like,
well.
aphids? Excuse me?
I've never heard of aphids, mate.
What?
Don't know what that is.
I don't wanna